Unveiling the secrets of a lawless island. Islands have always called to me. There's a certain allure to these isolated patches of land, surrounded by the vast, unending ocean. They seem to exist in a world of their own, untouched by the chaos of modern life. There's something about being surrounded by water, a sense of being cut off from everything familiar. It's as if the island is a world unto itself, a place where the rules of the mainland don't apply. A sense of isolation and mystery pervades the air. The mist that rolls in at dawn, the way the island seems to hide its secrets behind a veil of fog, it all adds to the enchantment. But this island, this lawless land, whispered promises of something more. It wasn't just the beauty or the mystery, it was the promise of adventure, of the unknown waiting to be discovered. Danger lurked in its shadows, a thrilling prospect for a man like me. The dense jungle, the hidden coves, they all spoke of challenges that would test my mettle. I knew I had to see what secrets it held. The call of the wild was too strong to ignore. I had to answer it, to embark on this journey and uncover what lay hidden in the heart of the island. The journey was fraught with risks, uncharted waters, unpredictable weather, and the ever-present threat of the unknown. Each wave that crashed against the boat was a reminder of the dangers that lay ahead, and the ever-present threat of the unknown. The fog that obscured the horizon, the distant view of the island shrouded in bad weather, it all added to the sense of foreboding. But the pull of the island was too strong to resist. It was as if the island itself was calling out to me, urging me to uncover its secrets, to brave its dangers. This was a chance to push my limits, to see how far I could go. The dense jungle, the rocky terrain, they were all challenges that I was eager to face. To test my skills against nature's raw power. To see if I had what it took to survive in such a harsh environment. The heavy winds, the treacherous rivers, they were all part of the test. And to discover something truly extraordinary. Whether it was a hidden waterfall or an ancient ruin, the island promised discoveries that would make the journey worthwhile. This was the call of the wild, and I was ready to answer it. The island rose from the sea like a sleeping giant, its slopes cloaked in dense jungle. Towering trees clawed at the sky, their branches intertwined in a tangled embrace. The air was thick with humidity and alive with the sounds of unseen creatures. This was a place untouched by civilization, where nature reigned supreme. The coastline was a rugged tapestry of rocky cliffs, hidden coves, and pristine beaches. Waterfalls cascaded down the mountainsides, feeding crystal-clear rivers that snaked their way through the jungle. Every step I took revealed another breathtaking vista, another glimpse into the island's untamed beauty. This island was a treasure trove of biodiversity. Exotic plants, their leaves a riot of colors, carpeted the forest floor. Giant ferns unfurled their fronds, reaching for the sunlight. The air was heavy with the scent of unknown flowers, their petals painted in hues I'd never seen before. The animal life was equally diverse. Colorful birds flitted through the trees, their calls a symphony of whistles and chirps. Monkeys swung through the branches, their curious eyes watching my every move, and in the shadows I sensed the presence of larger creatures, their movements hidden by the dense foliage. Despite its isolation, the island was not uninhabited. It was a place where time seemed to stand still, untouched by the modern world. The island's remoteness had preserved its natural beauty and the way of life of its inhabitants. Deep in the jungle I stumbled upon a small village, its huts built from bamboo and palm leaves. The village was a testament to human ingenuity and adaptability. Each hut was meticulously crafted, blending seamlessly with the surrounding jungle. The air was filled with the sounds of nature, a symphony of birds, insects, and the rustling of leaves. The people were wary at first, their eyes filled with suspicion. They had seen outsiders before, but rarely, and their experiences had taught them to be cautious. Their expressions were a mix of curiosity and caution, as they observed me from a distance. I could feel the weight of their gaze, a silent assessment of my intentions, but slowly, with gestures of peace and offerings of food, I earned their trust. Sharing a meal is a universal gesture of goodwill, and as we broke bread together, barriers began to dissolve. The initial tension gave way to smiles and laughter, and I felt a sense of belonging. The food was simple, yet delicious, made from ingredients sourced from the jungle. They were a resourceful and resilient people, living in harmony with their environment. Every aspect of their daily life was intertwined with nature, They fished in the rivers, hunted in the forests, and cultivated small gardens. Their knowledge of the land was profound, passed down through generations. They used every part of the plants and animals they harvested, ensuring nothing went to waste. They taught me about the island's edible plants, its hidden dangers, and the delicate balance that sustained their way of life. I learned to identify plants that could heal and those that could harm. They showed me how to navigate the jungle, reading the signs that nature provided. It was a humbling experience, realizing how much I had to learn from them, and the ancient legends that shaped their beliefs. These stories were more than just tales. They were a way of preserving their history and culture. Each legend carried a lesson, a piece of wisdom that had been passed down through the ages. As I listened to their stories, I felt a deep connection to the island and its people. Their way of life, so different from my own, filled me with a profound sense of respect. They lived with a sense of purpose and community that I found inspiring. Their resilience and adaptability were a testament to the strength of the human spirit. As I left the village, I carried with me not just memories, but lessons that would stay with me forever. This lawless island was not without its perils. Venomous snakes lurked in the undergrowth, their scales camouflaged against the forest floor. Jagged rocks threatened to twist ankles, and flash floods could turn tranquil streams into raging torrents in an instant. But with every challenge came a sense of exhilaration, a reminder that I was truly alive. I learned to read the signs of the jungle, to anticipate danger, and to rely on my instincts to survive. And with each obstacle overcome, I felt a surge of triumph, a testament to the indomitable spirit of man. This journey pushed me to my limits, both physically and mentally. Every step I took was a battle against the elements, a test of my endurance and willpower. The rugged terrain was unforgiving, each rock and crevice a reminder of the raw power of nature. As I climbed higher, the air grew thinner, and my muscles screamed in protest. But I pressed on, driven by a desire to conquer the unknown and to discover what lay beyond the next horizon. It stripped away the comforts of civilization, forcing me to confront my fears and to rely on my primal instincts. Setting up camp in the wilderness became a nightly ritual, a dance with the elements. Starting a fire with basic tools was a challenge that required patience and skill. Navigating through dense jungles tested my sense of direction and my ability to stay calm under pressure. Each day was a lesson in survival, a reminder of the simplicity and beauty of living in harmony with nature. But in the process, it also revealed a strength within me that I never knew I possessed. Reaching the peak of a mountain filled me with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Lifting heavy logs and overcoming physical obstacles showed me the power of perseverance and determination. Each challenge I faced and overcame added to my confidence, building a reservoir of inner strength that I could draw upon in times of need. I learned that true freedom comes not from material possessions, but from the ability to adapt and overcome any challenge. Sitting by a campfire with minimal gear, I realized that the trappings of modern life were unnecessary for true happiness. Foraging in the wild for food and crossing rivers with handmade rafts taught me the value of resourcefulness and ingenuity. These experiences showed me that freedom is a state of mind, a willingness to embrace the unknown and to find joy in the journey. I learned that the greatest danger is not the threats we face in the wild, but the fear that paralyzes us from within. Standing at the edge of a cliff, I felt the weight of my fears pressing down on me. Hesitating before crossing a treacherous path, I realized that my mind was my biggest obstacle. Facing a wild animal, I understood that fear could either cripple me or propel me to act. Overcoming these fears required courage and a deep belief in my ability to survive and thrive, and I learned that even in the most unforgiving environments, hope and resilience can flourish. A lone flower blooming in a desolate landscape reminded me of the beauty and tenacity of life. Smiling while walking through a harsh environment, I felt a sense of peace and contentment. Raising my fists in triumph in the wilderness, I knew that I had not only survived, but thrived. These lessons from the edge taught me that no matter how tough the journey, the human spirit is capable of incredible resilience and hope. This lawless island was more than just a destination. It was a crucible that tested my spirit, a mirror that reflected the depths of my own being. It was a journey that transformed me, leaving me forever changed by the experience. The island's raw beauty, its untamed spirit, awakened something deep within me. It reminded me of the power of nature to heal, to inspire, and to connect us to something larger than ourselves. It was a journey that I will carry with me always, a reminder of the boundless possibilities that life has to offer. This lawless island, with its mysteries and wonders, is just one of the many adventures waiting to be had. The world is full of unexplored corners, hidden treasures, and extraordinary experiences just waiting to be discovered. All you have to do is take that first step, to embrace the unknown and to let your spirit soar. Subscribe to my channel and join me as we explore the world's most extreme environments, push the limits of human endurance, and discover the incredible resilience of the human spirit. Adventure awaits.